Watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini. Sports coverage you can count on with the Highlight Zone starts now.
I mean, right now we're in every game's a championship.
Our crowd is wild on Friday nights when we're at home.
I still feel we have a lot of goals left out there. I didn't think we were going to be this good.
We have to move on and prepare for our next opponent, and that's been our approach for every game this year.
Heading into tonight, we only had 5 that were alive. After 12 weeks of football, just 5 local teams still playing in the state tournament. That quintet in search of regional championships. We're all over the state. We're talking at Merrillville, at Tipton, and at Mishawaka-Marion, plus Snyder and Dwenger at home. And speaking of the Saints, they were looking to add to their storied tradition. Joe Whalen joins us now with more. Joe?
Don't you just love this time of year, Glenn? Always fun. After the regular season, not many would have picked Dwenger to win a regional title. The Saints headed into the playoffs just 3-6. However, you can't top their tradition. Coming into the night, Dwenger had 17 regional championships. That's the most in Indiana history, but they'd have to get past Concord and the Saints. It's your Highlight Zone game of the week. The Saints looking for that elusive 18th regional title. Dwenger hosting the Minutemen. First quarter, the give is to Ryan Sinadar. Big night for him. Bounces to the outside, the stiff arm, short TD run, and it's 7-zip. But Concord would come right back. The quarterback, Trevor Wilmore, huge game for him, but doing most of his work on the ground, including right here. 78 yards untouched to the house. That would tie this one up at 7. In the second quarter, though, Sinadar comes right back on the pitch. Dwenger running a little bit of triple option offense tonight. Just gets this one into the pylon. It's 14-7, but guess who? The Minutemen would come right back. This time it's DeJuan Alford, one of his 2 rushing touchdowns of the night. We are all tied up at 14, but this right here might be the play of the season. Cody Miller hits Ryan Watercutter, and the touch pass, are you kidding me, to Sinadar? That's like an aerial hook and ladder. 37 yards, 21-14 at the half. Saints starting to think upset perhaps, but Concord would score the final 21 points in this one. First, it's Wilmore, his second rushing touchdown. That would tie things up, and then later, Wilmore again. 33-yard scamper to pay dirt. 35-21. The Saints come up just a little bit short.
By the end tonight, Concord just had us figured out a little too well. They found our holes. But we didn't quit. We kept playing hard to the very end. We came a lot farther than we'd expected. It's really a big deal that we've come this far and we've played through all this adversity, ready to come out next year and ready to do big things.
A good football team. They were stronger than we were in the second half. Coach Dawson and his squad did a great job, and we wish them good luck next week. Our guys never quit. They did had a lot of things go wrong this season, a lot of injuries. A lot of guys out for the season with injuries, but team never quit, and they're a great group of guys. And I'm sorry for our seniors because they gave it all they had.
Dwenger ends the season 6-7. Concord advances to face Mishawaka next week in semi-state. And Glenn, I'll tell you what, this game a lot closer than that 14-point deficit. Hats off to the Saints.
And the Saints with a lot to build on for next year. They played a lot of juniors this season. They played a lot of sophomores last season, so a lot of experience coming back. Mike Fiacable, who hurt his knee in the first week of fall practice, should be back next season and will be one of the better quarterbacks in the SAC. Absolutely. Although you got to tip your hat to Cody Miller. He's done a nice job for the Saints all season long. All right. From 4A to 5A, Snyder looking for its second regional championship in a row. The 4th-ranked Panthers hosting unranked Fishers. Already 7-zip Fishers in the first quarter. It's Brandon Phelps to his favorite receiver. Quentin Daniels, the senior, goes in for the long score. We're tied at 7-all. Second quarter now 14-7 to Fishers. The Tigers would take a 21-7 lead thanks to that touchdown by Maurice Campbell. But you know what? They are resilient, are those Snyder Panthers. Less than 2 minutes before half, Nick Reese with the short touchdown. It was 21-14 at that point. There was a half-hour lightning delay just before the half. This one got crazy out at Wayne. Fishers right here with a touchdown to go up 28-14. But you know what? Snyder would not give up in the fourth quarter. It's Phelps getting in the quarterback sneak for a touchdown, and that was huge because it would cut it to 28-21, and then it's Quentin Daniels with the touchdown right about a minute and a half to go. and that would send this baby into overtime, tied at 28. Fishers would have the ball first. They would score on Snyder's possession. You saw it, Janari Smith with the touchdown. Now Snyder would take a timeout. Would they go for one to tie? No, they go for two, and Janari Smith, the senior, with the stick-to-itiveness. Are you kidding me? Snyder wins this one in overtime on a 2-point conversion, 36-35.
The first part of the game was just surprising to us. We weren't playing well. We weren't making plays. We were squandering opportunities. It's led by our senior class, you know. They never quit. They never stopped. They very well could have packed it in. As soon as we scored, they all turned around and said, 2. So that wasn't my call, it was the kids' call.
That is the best of high school sports you'll see right there. Snyder moving on. So who is Snyder going to get next week at Semi-State? Carroll at Merrillville. The Chargers looking for their first ever regional championship. And Carroll feeling pretty good after last week's close win against South Bend Adams. But Merrillville's pretty good themselves. The Pirates. Fourth play of the opening drive. That's Jake Raspopovich to Aaron Dye. 6-zip Pirates. We'd unfortunately see a lot of that tonight. Carroll looking to move it through the air. Chris Terry to Skyler, looking for Skyler Pifo, but Ryan Neal is there. The interception and a nice return for the Pirates right there. That would lead to a Merrillville field goal, 9-zip Pirates. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bryant Isabel runs one in from 2 yards out, and Merrillville takes a 15-zip lead. Yeah, you saw the faces of those Carroll fans. It wouldn't get any better. Next Pirate drive, looking for the end zone. Andrew Nolo with the interception. He had a big pick 6 last week. Good interception right there, but the Chargers wouldn't get any points out of it. Merrillville, I should say, running the slant route. Brian Jenkins, the catch. He goes all the way for the score, and this one, a tough night for Carroll. They lose it 50-21. Carroll ends the season 10-3, and Merrillville will play Snyder next week. Hey, in 3A, like Carroll, Heritage was looking for its first ever regional title. The program, or I should say the Patriots, at Mishawaka Marion. First quarter action, it's Marion's Tyran Ottbridge with the touchdown. 7-zip Mishawaka Marion early. Heritage, they get the ball on offense. You know they can throw it. They complete the pass, but unfortunately, that was Will Kanapke. Couldn't hang on to it. It's Joe Walter recovering it for a touchdown. 14-zip midway through the first quarter, and Mishawaka Marion would not let up in this one. In the second quarter, Ricky Encion coming around the end right there and into your living room. It's a touchdown for Mishawaka Marion, and then we're going to see Ottbridge again. The kid is listed at 5'6", 166 pounds. Not a huge guy, but he was huge tonight if you're a Mishawaka Marion fan, and Heritage's dream season ends at 10-3. They fall as Mishawaka Marion wins 42-20. In 2A football, Bishop Luers at Tipton. The Knights looking for their third straight win over Tipton in a regional play. And defense was the name of the game, especially in the first quarter. Luers' first possession, Quinn Cook looking, but Quinn Cook would be taken down by Austin Utzler of Tipton. That is simply how the Blue Devils play defense and why they're all this way in the tournament and ranked 4th. Now Luers turn on defense. They say, you know what, we can do it too. Austin Hooker barely gets the handoff to James Alter. He's taken down for the loss. And then Tipton again with some great defense. Yeah, I said defense was the name of the game. You see Charles Gaston trying to go Barry Sanders. Unfortunately, he gets bottled up right there by Gunnar Norred. Second quarter now, still 0-0. Luers, the first team to get inside the opponent's 20. They would cash in. Jalen Smith, the future Notre Dame standout, with the touchdown right there. 7-zip midway through the second. You saw James Kanapke there. Good to see him at this game. Luers closing out the first half with what else? More defense. They get the sack right there, and Luers goes on to win this one 22-12. So Luers will be playing Andrean next week on the road. Well, you saw the tickets to football semi-state have now been punched, but in just a minute, we're going to take the highlight zone to the hardwood.